Hello, everybody. Call the meeting to order, please, and have a roll call.
Gary Mallory.
Here.
Jeff Davis.
Here.
Art Ruiz.
Here.
Chet Trutzel.
Here.
Jim Huffman. Bob Houston. Not here.
All right, we have a quorum. The minutes from the meeting of December the 15th.
Move to accept the minutes as presented.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second,
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Unanimous. City engineer.
This month, I want to let you know that we did receive the right-of-way plans from Wilson and Company. As part of it, we had to change part of the design. As we were designing the roadway, we found out that it'd be more efficient to move the roadway further south. That caused us to go back and redesign part of it. But in the long run, it'll actually save us money in the construction side of it. So we do have a change order that I do need to pass to you for approximately $70,000 for the change in the design that we did.
Did you say move it to the south?
Correct. It's just closer to the creek.
Okay.
The original design the original location that was set left a piece of ground that was unusable to the south, and also made us have to have 3 crossings instead of 2. So by moving it a little bit further south, I was able to reduce and go to 2 crossings and eliminate some of the construction costs. But it cost us to do a little redesign for a little over $70,000.
Okay, that's what I wondered what you meant. Okay, thank you. Any other questions for Greg? Here's the motion to approve the redesign and pay the bill.
Yes, so moved.
So moved. Art.
Second.
Anybody object? Unanimous. Okay, Greg.
So that's all I have for you today.
All right, very good. Any questions for Greg? Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bill?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In advance of this meeting, the financial statements were emailed out to the board by Becky. So everyone should have those financial statements in front of them as part of the board packet. I'm going to start the meeting on page 1, or the comments on page 1. I have a few more comments than normal this month. You'll note the surplus fund is down to $65,023. That amount is reflective of the large amounts we've been paying out to the city for engineering and some other costs. You'll note our objective was to set aside the special revenue account of a country club bank up above, which is now nearly $920,000. So I would just call your attention to that. I'll make a comment on that a little bit later. In the current year, under the current portion of long-term debt, you can see we paid down to $250,000 in the prior year and $270,000 in the current year. I would like next to turn your attention to page 3. Page 3 is the current year versus prior year, and I think it's important to understand first on the revenue side. Our sales tax revenue actually ended up about $10,000 higher than it did in 2019 during the course of 2020. I think that's pretty remarkable given everything we've been through in terms of retail sales in relationship to COVID. You'll notice that the economic activity taxes are down by about 1/3 of what they were. That is essentially the fact that a portion of that one TIF was paid out from that terminated TIF plan. You'll see the Menard project TIF revenue is very consistent with the prior year. And again, the last line is a one-time event on that surplus amount received from that terminated TIF plan of $63,000. I'm only sharing that information with you so that you might kind of get an understanding for how our revenue streams performed in 2020 versus 2019. You'll notice really that most of our costs for the year were pretty consistent year over year. I would note that, the 500,000 is that Peculiar Drive and 58 Highway. That was the Exhibit E amendment that we processed to get the, funds to the city of Belton for the Peculiar Drive and 58 Highway project, which occurred earlier in the year. Lastly, I'm gonna take you to page 6, which is our payments for the
Oh,
month.
before you
Yes,
go
sir.
there, on the terminated TIF, is it finished now, done?
I'm sorry, sir, can you
The
restate that? I had a
terminated
little-
TIF? The terminated TIF, is it completely finished?
Yes, there are
Okay.
2 TIFs within the district, and Bill Moore can correct me if I'm wrong. One of them is completed and the other one remains in place. The one that was completed, actually completed a little bit ahead of schedule because there was more revenue in there than was forecasted initially, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, okay. All right.
Okay.
I just want to be sure.
And so you'll see that on page,
Okay, thank you.
you won't see that this month on page 6, but I think last month we had an each payment to the city, but they're much smaller than they were because there's only one each request rather than 2. On page 6, you're going to see a payment to the city of Belton for $85,646.31. And when I got a chance to really dig through these over the weekend, I noted there's not that much in that surplus fund. So as a component of the motion today, I'd like to provide that this city of Belton payment come first from that surplus fund. We'll go ahead and use what's in there, and then we'll supplement that with a payment from the TIF. I'm sorry, the special. I want to use the right name. The special revenue account at Country Club Bank. So we would pay the predominant amount, leaving a minor balance in that surplus fund, and paying the balance to that special revenue account at Country Club Bank. That's consistent with the goals that we've laid out in the past. I'll stand for any questions.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, Bill.
I'll stand for any questions, Mr. Chairman.
I don't have any. I see what you're doing. You're getting rid of the surplus fund and pay the rest out of the special revenue account to pay the city's 85.
Yeah, with your permission, I'll state the motion so that it's correct as to what we're trying to do. Is that okay?
Yeah, let's see. Does anybody else have any questions first before Bill states the motion for us? All right, Bill, tell us what the motion should say.
Okay, I believe this is it. So we're going to have a motion for approval of the financial statements as presented for December 31st, 2020, with the primary source of revenue for the city of Belton payment of $85,646.31 through the surplus fund, with the residual amount funded through the special revenue account at Country Club Bank.
So moved.
Okay, second.
Somebody moved and seconded. Are there any questions? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you so much, Bill.
Thank you.
All right. Legal counsel.
Mr. Chairman, I really don't have anything to prepared to present. I guess maybe I have a question that relates to the removal of the tree off of the Mills property, and kind of what the status of that is.
Where's Alexa or Greg?
There we go.
Afternoon. Yeah, we did actually get the quotes for the removal of the tree.
I know they had a big,
I've not checked in with the Mills to find out what their current status. The last time I drove by there, it's probably been about a month ago, they were still living there. So I need to find out if they are, what their status is, and so that we know when they're gone, and trying to go ahead and get those trees down, because we had other trees in the city that we also needed to get quotes on for removal. So we included that for the TDD. Greg, can you share what that estimate was?
It was about 3,700.
Okay. Just so that the TDD board knows what to expect.
Time frame?
Pardon me?
Time frame?
Oh, that's why I was saying I don't know until I find out from the Mills, and also the weather permitting, what that means. I'll definitely be able to provide some additional information to the TDD board in the next 30 days.
Okay. Anything else, Bill?
No, nothing else for me.
Okay.
There he is.
Development activity.
Hi there. So
Hi.
economic activity, there looks like the Taco Bueno building, something will be finalized, or I'll be able to share hopefully at next month's TDD meeting, the exact name of the restaurant, but it looks like that building will be back on the tax rolls, hopefully, well, first quarter of this year. And
Super.
that's all I have to report.
Thank you very much. New business from the board, comments from the board. Motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chairman,
Move.
Yes,
sorry. Before you, I know I'm not on the board, but I do have a quick question. So one of the things, the prior direction that I'd received from the board was that we were going to take the tree down after the Mills who live there have moved. Has that changed?
nope, not that I know of.
Okay,
We're gonna
just wanted to make
stay
sure.
that-
Okay. Thank you so
We're
much.
gonna stay in the place when they leave.
Okay.
Okay. Any other
That's all I had.
questions before we adjourn? Okay. Motion to adjourn,
So moved.
and a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you all very much, and have a good day.
And go back to my office now.
Bye.